Reuters.
Nice to meet you. Hey, can I call you Joe?
In the only vice presidential debate ahead of the November election, Republican Sarah Palin exceeded expectations and held her own, while Democrat Joe Biden turned in a solid performance of his own. The two vice presidential hopefuls clashed on the economy and Iraq, but focused most of their criticism on their rivals at the top of the ticket.
Now, Barack Obama, of course, he's pretty much only voted along his party lines. In fact, 96% of his votes have been solely along party line.
2 years ago, Barack Obama warned about the subprime mortgage crisis. John McCain said shortly after that in December he was surprised there was a subprime mortgage problem.
With all eyes on Palin in her national debut in an unscripted format, the Alaska governor turned in a steady and aggressive performance.
Yeah, say it ain't so, Joe. There you go again.
That featured repeated attacks on Barack Obama and his position on the Iraq War.
I know that the other ticket opposed this surge. In fact, even opposed funding for our troops in Iraq and Afghanistan. Barack Obama voted against funding troops there after promising that he would not do so. And Senator Biden, I respected you when you called him out on that.
Biden, who voted to authorize the war in Iraq, was in the unusual position of defending Obama's opposition to the war and his strategy for ending it.
Barack Obama and I agree fully and completely on one thing. You've got to have a timeline to draw down the troops and shift responsibility to the Iraqis. We're spending $10 billion a month, while the Iraqis have an $80 billion surplus.
Both candidates sought to connect with voters, with Palin emphasizing her middle-class roots and maverick record as the governor of Alaska.
I want to assure you that John McCain and I, we're going to fight for America. We're going to fight for the middle-class, average, everyday American family like mine. I've been there. I know what the hurts are. I know what the challenges are. And thank God I know what the joys are, too, of living in America.
Joe Biden, meanwhile, had an emotional moment, choking up when recalling having to raise his two young sons alone after their mother died in a car crash.
I am much better off now, but the notion that somehow, because I'm a man, I don't know what it's like to raise two kids alone. I don't know what it's like to have a child you're not sure is going to make it. I understand, as well as, with all due respect, the governor or anybody else, what it's like for those people sitting around that kitchen table.
Vice presidential debates are rarely game changers.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. How are you? Thank you.
But in a week in which Barack Obama has solidified his lead in national opinion polls, John McCain is hoping that the solid debate performance from his running mate could help slow Obama's momentum. John Decker, Reuters.